Peru, a South American country known for its rich cultural heritage, stunning landscape, and diverse cuisine. A fusion of indigenous, European, African, and Asian influences. Yes, you heard it right, Asian. From the Pacific coast to the Andean peak and all the way to the Amazon jungle, you will come across Chinese restaurants known as chifa, no matter where you go in Peru. In fact, the famous household dish, lomo saltado, is a Chinese-influenced dish. In China, sitting 8,100 miles away, it's one of the furthest countries from Peru. Peruvians with Chinese roots are estimated to make up less than 5% of the population. So how did these two distant cultures blend and create dishes that became popular in Peru? To understand this, we need to look at lomo saltado. Not going to exaggerate, these days when you go to restaurants in Peru, 99% of them serve lomo saltado. This is a household dish that combines marinated strips of beef with onions, tomatoes, and a flavorful sauce. It's savory, slightly tangy, and a delightful mix of flavors and textures. But the original form of the dish wasn't like that before the Chinese arrived. In the beginning, the dish was only beef and the fried potatoes. Let's take a look at the ingredients of lomo saltado that existed in Peru before the Chinese arrived. The yellow potato, known as papa amarilla, is native to Peru and was cultivated as an indigenous crop by the Incas before the Spanish conquest. Here, we use the regular yellow potato that you can find in the grocery store, cut into half-inch to quarter-inch slices. Tomato, another crop that was cultivated by the Incas, adds the tangy taste and juicy texture. Use firmer tomatoes. Remove the seeds to avoid excess liquid. Red onions, brought by the Spaniards, impart a sweet and mild flavor to the dish. Ají amarillo, the wonderful chili pepper native to Peru and the soul of Peruvian cuisine, will bring the fruity spiciness to this dish. I found ají amarillo paste in Jackson Heights, New York. You can either use the paste or the frozen one. But if you can't find it, Amazon is a friend. Sirloin beef is often used because it has stronger beefy flavors and it's more affordable. In fact, the Spanish word lomo means beef loin. The beef is cut into 1-inch pieces. Sirloin is not always tender, so the key here is to marinate the beef to make it tender. Although traditionally in Peru, beef is not marinated. And the key of marinade is soy sauce. Soy sauce was brought by the Chinese 150 years ago. The reason Chinese immigrants came to Peru was to replace the emancipated slave and meet high demands for labor. In 1841, after declaring independence, Peru abolished black slavery and faced the desperate need for labor in various industries. So the solutions they came up with was to lure people from Macau into the contract, transport them to Peru by ship, and put them to work on plantations in the first place. This not only brought laborers to Peru, but also introduced a variety of ingredients and sauces. Ginger for the stir-fry adds another layer of spiciness to the dish. This was the first time when ginger met Peruvian pepper, ají amarillo. It's particularly interesting that Peruvians call ginger guion, which is the Cantonese pronunciation of ginger, while the rest of Spanish-speaking countries call it hanky blend. Soy sauce is used to marinate the beef and infuse the dish with savory and umami flavors. Just like ginger, Peruvians have their own pronunciation in Spanish, sillao, which is soy sauce in Cantonese, while other Spanish-speaking countries call it salsa de soya. And green onion for garnish and a mild onion flavor. Two cultures blend to create something new. Sounds cool and lovely, but it had a dark history back then. In the mid-19th century, Peru made huge profits from exporting guano to the European market, resulting in a high demand for laborers to collect guano on offshore islands. Most of the Chinese who came to Peru were later sent to these islands. They were isolated, faced extreme weather, had to work like hell, and got paid next to nothing. So a lot of them died from poor treatment and suicide. But things started to change after Peru built diplomatic relations with China. Many of them were released from the contract, so they were able to start a business, open groceries, and restaurants, and form a community now known as Barrio Chino, where lomo saltado was born. So, how was it cooked? We first prepare the sauce. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar, a bit of cooking wine. Go for Pisco if you have it. a bit of ají amarillo paste, a bit of oyster sauce, black pepper to season. Half of the sauce will be used to marinate the beef to make it tender and more flavorful. Another half will be used during stir fry. Next, we will season the fries with the chopped cilantro to infuse the aroma, the sprinkle of salt, some olive oil, then put it into the air fryer. Let's take a look at the ingredients and sauce we'll be using. Heat a wok over high heat until very hot. Add some oil, then add the marinated beef to the pot. Season it with a sprinkle of salt. You don't want to overcook the beef, so take it out when it's almost cooked through. Add a little bit of oil, then add the chopped garlic and ginger until it's fragrant. Onion in, stir fry until the onions are brown. Then tomato in. Add the beef and fries in. And the remaining marinade and toss them together. Turn off heat and add a grated onion and cilantro for a garnish. Serve immediately. The dish is served with white rice, which is also a Chinese thing that was brought to Peru. So here you go, a wonderful, magical lomo saltado, a flavored fiesta that combines smoky beef, zesty tomatoes, and the umami kick of soy sauce, creating an explosion of taste in every single bite. Lomo saltado is awesome, but you should know that there's something else out there that also conquers Peruvian taste buds. And just like lomo saltado, you can find this dish in almost 99% of Peruvian restaurants, which is chaufa, aka fried rice. So why is the inference greater than expected? People love chiva because it's yummy, and it's a wild ride for Peruvians into a new sauce, flavor, and a cooking style. It's a delicious blast that shakes up traditional Peruvian cuisine. Secondly, the main reason that Chinese migrants blend into Peruvian society so well was that 99% of them were male. After contract ended, they married local women, resulted in many mixed-race children. This differs from other Chinatown where first-gen Chinese prefer marrying their own. In Lima's Barrio Chino, I rarely saw individuals of exclusive Asian descent. So interracial marriages show Chinese culture fully integrated into Peruvian society, widely accepting its cuisine and traditions. Lastly, it's cheap and versatile. Lomo saltado and chaufa are available from street food to upscale restaurants. And you can swap the meat or make vegetarian version. People love it because it's affordable, it's easy to make, and you could customize it however you want. With that being said, you should stay tuned and check out our next video that showcases the chicken version of lomo saltado, saltado de pollo. We hope to see you there.